Carl and Damon here from Brrraains A Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial for sure. And they made what into a movie? This is an odd one. This is an odd one because this is Mortal Kombat The Journey Begins. Yes, we're back to the world of Mortal Kombat. This basically wraps up the movie side of it for us for now. Until they potentially do another one, number 2, which is supposedly in the works. We shall see if it ever turns up. By the time it does, who cares? It's already been years. But this is it. We've done the original Mortal Kombat, the 1995 or 6 one, the Mortal Kombat Annihilation, the 2020 Mortal Kombat reboot, reimagining, remake, and now this one, the anime. Is there another animated one? Why do I think there's a Scorpion one, or is that show? There's a couple of show stuff we've got to do.
Wasn't the one that you told me about? It was a more violent one, wasn't it?
No, but that's a show. That was a web series.
Okay.
That's a web series, so that's a show one that we've got to do eventually. But for now, I think this is movies done. Although calling this a movie is a little bit of a stretch. We are going to cover it because we want to cover everything in this realm. Get it? But this is a 1995 animated film released by Turner Home Entertainment and Threshold Entertainment as an unofficial tie-in and prequel to the feature film that debuted the same year. Directed by Joseph Francis with a writer by Kevin Droney. Now what it does is it features traditional animation, motion capture and CGI to explain the origins behind some of the movie's main characters. And it has, the full thing, a 15-minute behind-the-scenes documentary of the theatrical release. The film was released straight to home video on VHS and Laserdisc with a running time of 54 minutes. And it was actually included as a bonus on the Mortal Kombat Blu-ray released in April 2011. Now, I've never seen this before. I'd never seen the animated part, and I'd never seen the behind-the-scenes documentary part. That I was more interested in.
Oh, yeah.
There are elements of that I am looking forward to talking about and laughing about and stuff like that. Particularly by today's standards when you compare certain people.
Yes.
In particular, a director who kind of went on to be quite a famous director.
Yeah.
The film, it features Liu Kang, Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade. Obviously the 3 main characters in the live-action movie, travelling on a mysterious boat to battle in the Mortal Kombat tournament. On the way to meet Raiden, who provides them with some hints about how to survive the tournament and defeat Shang Tsung and his minions. Upon arriving at the island where the battles take place, Raiden retells the origins of Shang Tsung, Guru, the Great Kung Lao, Scorpion, the Elder Sub-Zero, and in between certain fight scenes. So there is a fair bit of detail. And there is some good background stuff animation-wise that I do think works quite nicely. I don't think it's necessary watching for the movie. It doesn't matter, but it's a cool little addition in regards to, I think, particularly the Goro one.
Oh, beating Kung Lao, you mean? The vital...
What do you mean?
When he's fighting Kung Lao?
No, I'm saying the background information. The background information adds a little bit more to the Goro story of the main film.
I mean, obviously, if you've seen Conquest, you already know Sub-Zero and Scorpions.
Right. Stop right there. Conquest is not tied into this
but obviously, you get some sort of background of Scorpion and Sub-Zero's rivalry, and it sort of covers a bit in this.
No. That's taken from the Mortal Kombat lore. I'm not accepting this. I will not let this stand. We are not tying in Conquest to any part of any of our Mortal Kombat franchise.
Kung Lao's in it.
It's got the same characters and it uses elements from the Mortal Kombat lore. Let's be serious here. Do not do that. Mortal Kombat Conquest is not a prequel. I know you'd love it to be. It is not a prequel to the fucking films. It's not. I know you'd love it to be, and I would like it to be, but it's not.
I know.
I mean, I guess in a really mad way you can see it that way if you want, because there's nothing to stop you seeing it that way.
Of course.
But it's absurd to me. Voice actors. We've got Jeff Glenn Bennett doing Johnny Cage and Scorpion. Jim Cummings as Shang Tsung and Sub-Zero. Ron A. Feinberg as Raiden and Goro. Jennifer Hale as Sonya Blade. And Randy Hamilton as Liu Kang. These are the voices. I don't know why you wouldn't have got the actors to do voices. Paid them a bit more to do it. I don't know, but there you go. The intro. I do like the fact that this starts off and we do get that intro. Yeah. It's a brief bit of that music. CGI characters and the fighting at the start. And immediately I was like, oh my god, that CGI is so bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like that. I was suddenly like, oh no. What have I done? The CGI is so bad. It's really bad. I mean, Reboot, that show in the 90s looks better than this.
Yeah, I was actually very the entire animation though was very. I know it's 1995, but I think the entire animation was
bad.
Yeah.
We haven't talked. We're not like we'll bring it up now then because you've mentioned it. But yeah, let's not pretend the actual animation itself was good.
Terrible,
the cartoon animation, the CGI, it's all looking pretty fucking ropey here. I don't like it at all. The open narration sets up what we know about the film. 9 wins for Outworld. They must be stopped, and on a boat we recap the 3 chosen warriors: Liu Kang, Johnny Cage, and Sonya Blade.
For 1,000 years, a great war has been fought, once a generation, between the warriors of the realm of Earth and the realm of Outworld. Each battle takes place on an island between the 2 realms. There are no armies, only single warriors fighting face to face in a secret tournament. But though the number of warriors is very small, the stakes are enormous. The fate of the realm of the Earth hangs in the balance. For 5 centuries, Outworld has won every tournament, 9 in a row. They must not win the 10th tournament. They must not win Mortal Kombat.
Once Raiden finally shuts up, because goddamn does he talk in this. Goddamn. We transform into traditional animation, as I say, pretty ropey looking, with the 3 characters looking like they do in the game. I thought that was really interesting as well. They've gone for the animation of the video game style characters rather than the film style characters. Not sure I get that.
No.
Because in particular, it's notably different. Like, they're walking around, like Johnny Cage is walking around with his outfit from the game, topless all the time. Sonya Blade doesn't look like the sort of army person, she looks like the character. Shang Tsung looks like the old man rather than carry the bloke like from the film. I don't get that at all. Especially as they're kind of then acting like they do from the film, because you've got Sonya trying to contact her base. Liu is meditating and Cage is being sick overboard. Sonya introduces herself to him, claiming she's there looking for a wanted man. That's as close as you're going to get a reference to Kano. Yeah. And Cage tries to flirt with her, badly, because he's currently sick. That at least was funny.
Yeah.
Liu wonders how she got on the boat if she didn't get a tournament invite, and she mugs him off by claiming she just walked on. I laughed my head off at that, because it's a proper mugging off. He's like, oh, well, how did you get on board? I'm like tournament man, and I'm getting an invite and all that. She was like, yeah, I walked on. And he was like, it's like, you muppet.
Yeah.
She goes off to find the captain, but runs into Sub-Zero and gets an icy reception. Boom! Shang Tsung now arrives and introduces themselves, being really polite and revealing that she has been chosen to take part in Mortal Kombat. He then uses magic to lift Cage and Liu into the air before leaving with Sub-Zero. I thought that was a bit extreme, right?
No.
Like,
what did they do? They didn't do anything.
But also, like, how is stuff like that not interfere? It's going to come up. Shang Tsung don't interfere with the tournament. How is lifting them all with magic not interfering? If he dropped them on the floor...
Raiden tells them 3 times and he does nothing about it. If he killed them, I told you not to interfere.
Yeah, that seems like what it's going to be, right? He does actually. It's quite funny.
Mortal Kombat, just like these gentlemen.
Chosen? By who?
Afterwards, jokes are made and everyone seems unperturbed about what just happened. Fucked me off because none of them actually know magic exists. He uses magic. And they're all like, oh my god, that's so... La la la. Fine.
I know, it's like, there's a sorceress there.
It's like, but it reminds me of... Actually, does remind me of the film on a boat. And they're all like... Because bear in mind, it's initially set in what feels like a real world.
Yeah.
And then they're on the boat and they all seem unperturbed as Shang Tsung seems to be summoning creatures from the sky while screaming, it has begun. And they're all like, that's totally fine. Yeah. Same way they all take Goro in their stride. The 4-armed monster. They're all like, that dude's got 4 arms. No one's like, that's fucked up, man. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's so weird. We then see Shang Tsung setting Sub-Zero on them, as killing them before they can take part in the tournament will help Outworld.
Surely that should be like, that would be like disqualification.
Well, if the tournament hasn't started, how is it interfering with them? But also, why not kill them before they even got to the boat? Like, just sneak up behind Liu while he's taking a shit. Send Sub-Zero up his toilet. Freeze the water and stick him up the arm. Like, this isn't difficult. Shang Tsung is able to convince Scorpion to help Sub-Zero on a promise of being able to kill the Frozen One afterwards. and then Shuri gets said kill and not someone else. So we're kind of delving into their history there of Scorpion not liking Sub-Zero and wanting it, but he wants the honor of killing him himself.
Yeah, revenge.
Yeah, it's that.
Killed him,
it's that whole story. There's a fun little fight with Sub-Zero attacking the 3 Earthrealm warriors and some good snow-based bits, even if the animation is really awkward.
Yeah.
They do get the better of him, but Scorpion ends up attacking. Still, the 2 ninjas are wrecked when Raiden arrives, intervenes, stopping the fight. Raiden introduces himself to Cage by electrocuting him. I thought that was unnecessarily mean. Before confronting Shang Tsung about setting Sub-Zero on them, which the sorcerer denies. Like, it's the most half-assed lie ever. It's like being caught literally in an act and being like, what, you're imagining it, mate.
It's the second time which gets me, where he just walks in like this. What's going on here?
Yeah. Talking time as Raiden and Liu Kang talk about the tournament, Outworld and the Emperor. Going into detail about the past and showing us CGI footage of these events. Again, really bad CGI. First, Raiden talks about Shang Tsung and how he became the tournament master. Something about being able to read a soul and the mind. After winning the first tournament, the true power of Shang Tsung is revealed. We all know that. It's the soul-stealing power. Raiden reveals the stakes for this tournament and puts the fate of Earth in their hands. So that whole super pressure thing.
Yeah.
Although without the comedy part, without the fate of Earth is in your hands. The next day, all is peaceful on the boat and the weather is beautiful as they approach the island. Raiden stresses how dangerous the island is and how they need to be prepared as we cut to different fighters training before our trio of heroes watch Shang Tsung arrive. The sorcerer introduces himself to the tournament, and in the shadows, Goro stands up. Cage sees his forearms before he covers up. You know? So, again, this is a good implication that it is an unusual thing. Cage is overconfident as Sonya notices Scorpion is quietly shadowing Sub-Zero. Raiden now arrives and reveals just who those two are, and we flash back to their past as clan rivals. They battled to the death, Scorpion's death in the end, and Sub-Zero was just a little bit better. Although I'd argue his ice powers are more dangerous than Scorpion's rope thingy.
Yeah.
I've thought this for a long time. I always felt it was really unbalanced. I've got a rope thingy with a spiky come over here thing. I've got a different variations on ice. Yeah. Raiden reveals to the trio that Scorpion must defeat Sub-Zero to free his soul. Raiden now stresses about how powerful Shang Tsung is, but reminds him that he is mortal so can be defeated. He also talks about how Shang Tsung changed the once innocent tournament into what it is now. Sonya wants Raiden to help, but he reminds her that he's a god, but can help them reach their potential. Now, I realised here, I was like, oh my god, they're like a bunch of kids. Yeah. Why? How? When? Excuse me, mister. It's a non-stop questions. It ain't that complicated. Find a tournament and win. Otherwise, Earth becomes a realm of Outworld. Finally, things change as they see Goro nearby and are shocked by what he looks like. Raiden now goes into detail about him and the creatures he commands, which are all given that weird name, but are all basically Brrraains. Yeah. Again, Raiden points out that they will have to defeat the likes of Goro to save Earth. We know! But reveals to them that this happened before and it was Kung Lao who ended Outworld's original streak. Not that Kung Lao, Damon.
I know.
Raiden reveals... it's probably, if it's actually tying it in, it'll be his ancestor.
Absolutely, yeah.
Raiden reveals that Shang Tsung and Goro met with the former was banished for his failure. We now flash back to life in Goro's domain and how a gift-giving exercise resulted in Goro fighting his brother over who could give their father a bejeweled egg. And I was like, it's cool, but it's so pathetic. Yeah. Daddy will like me. And then I was like, no, I want to give him this. Guys, from the both of you. It's the present right from the both of us.
In Shokan, there is only one law: survival of the fittest, and the most ruthless. On one particular day each year, it was customary to pay tribute to the king. Durak, Goro's older brother, decided to offer his father the rarest, most precious object in the underground kingdom of Shokan, a jeweled Nika egg from the deepest cavern in all of Shokan. When he returned to offer the gift to his father, Goro decided he wanted to pay tribute with the egg as well. It was decided that they should fight for it.
Goro lost and was helped to his feet by his brother, but humiliated, Goro betrayed him and sent him to his death in the bottomless well of darkness. And this made the king proud, and Goro was made a prince. Now, I did like that aspect, the idea that Goro would betray his own brother in that scenario and would make his own father, implying what kind of people they are.
Where's his sister? She's number 2.
Oh, you're making it way too complicated. But she's around. She's around. They're not sisters, though, are they? Not brother and sister. She's from a different clan. Yeah. Anyway, Shang Tsung teamed up with Goro on the basis that they could divide the spoils of war, and Goro has won the 9 previous tournaments. So it does imply they met in the mines of Cobalt. And I was like, when I heard it, I was like, oh, but God, Damon is going to try and find a way to link that.
Yeah.
Lewis puzzled as to how Kung Lao lost to Goro, and that is the CGI fight we now see. He lost because Goro was stronger and better. Yeah. And I laughed my head off at that. I was like, that's it. It's just so simple.
That's it, yeah.
Lao firmly in his grasp. There was little Kung Lao could do. There are limits to the strength of even the greatest champion. It was soon over. Earth had lost to the realm of Outworld.
Excellent! Flawless victory! I will take his warrior soul. Finish him.
Shang Tsung claims it was a flawless victory. That made me... The film did this. Stop calling things flawless victories when people have been injured. So Kung Lao gets many hits on Goro in this. He does not. Even if he was blocking, he would lost the sliver. It is not a flawless victory. But what's the fight in the film that he also claims as flawless victory? Oh, it's when Goro fights the stick man.
Yeah.
And he kills him, and he takes his soul, and says flawless victory. I was like, no, he punched him several times in the stomach. That's not flawless. Anyway, he then claims Kung Lao's soul. On the island, Raiden continues his stories and talks to him about the potential, how they can use the power of life to defeat evil, and so on. And it's very rousing. And I was like, no, don't do this power of life stuff. This is from the film, and it's so lazy. He then fucks off as the trio then are attacked by Goro minions that are definitely not a ton of barakas, and we get a decently animated fight. However, it goes on way too long. Yeah. This is really, really long. Yeah. And I was confused. I was like, wait, is this a tournament fight? Otherwise, how is this not rule breaking? And why did Raiden bugger off instead of stopping the rule breaking? And then I immediately get my answer because now he's back to stop it and get mad at Shang Tsung. And I was like, what the hell is going on?
Shang Tsung didn't even know about it. He was just walking around his castle with his arms folded. Mm-hmm. And he didn't even realise it. He even said it so himself.
I just feel like it was a Raiden setup.
Yeah.
He immediately disappeared. They get attacked. Like, where did he go? Did he not hear?
It's the whole scene in the movie with the food scene in it.
It's fake shit. He's like, it's just his way of, I can't help you, but this is my way of helping you.
You know, he's got a great sense of timing for a thunder god.
Shang Tsung.
Ah, Lord Raiden, such a lovely night. I was out enjoying the garden. What's this? You seem upset.
Once again you defy the sacred rules of the tournament for your own power and glory.
Rules, especially sacred rules, were made to be broken.
Hey, the only thing that's going to be broken around here is you.
But it doesn't really matter now. No more fun and games. The real contest will force you to face skills and powers beyond your wildest imagination. You have no hope of winning, so I can only implore you to lose with grace and dignity.
I only see one loser here, pal.
Shang Tsung drops the act though and claims that the rules are to be broken, and claims that the Earth Warriors are fated to lose. Sub-Zero and more of the bladed Baraka warriors arrive, and Shang Tsung declares that Mortal Kombat has begun, something Raiden confirms. And I was like, wait a minute, man. In the film, he says it starts on the boat. Which is it? I'm getting very confused. Yeah. And it's annoying because, like, this is supposed to be a prequel that sets up the events in the films. It's a confusing element of the film now.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
We then get the infamous music, a montage of the CGI fights that we already saw, and Raiden gives us trailer voice for what will come in the movie ahead. 3 warriors will fight. His final words are prepare yourself for Mortal Kombat, the movie. I was like, that's so cheesy.
Yeah.
That is the movie in a nutshell. But we are going to go a little bit into detail with behind the scenes, because there are some things I took from it. It's not over. As we get a rundown of tournament participants first, which includes details about their ages, height, weight, and their skills, which includes their fatalities, none of which will actually be seen in the movie. Apparently, I laughed. Scorpion is 32 years old. I don't know why that made me laugh, because obviously he was 32 when he died, the same age as Sub-Zero. But it made me laugh even harder because they gave Goro an age of 2,000 and that he weighs 550 pounds. And I was like, man, don't be mean, don't be cruel to Goro. And then I was even more confused. Why is Raiden listed as a participant? Why is Raiden appearing as a participant? In this movie and in this intro film, it is stressed that he can't take part.
Yep.
Why is he listed as a participant? Don't do that. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Now we get the end credits, but but before we do that, we're going to talk about the behind the scenes documentary, as I'd never seen it before. Love the sets. I actually love seeing the sets. Thought it was really cool to see some sets, and a lot of them weren't green screen. I thought it was interesting to see that the green screened the scenes at the Temple of Life, the background, was green screen, but a lot of stuff wasn't. There was actual sets.
Very impressive, you know. It was nice to see the cast all joking around, laughing, giggling.
I enjoyed seeing them interacting. It was really, really cool. And then he popped up, and I was like, "Oh my god, look how young Paul W.S. Anderson is." Obviously, this guy will go on to create many video game movie adaptions, the Resident Evil franchise, married to Mila Jovovich, and done many, many films since. It's just weird to see him this young and hear him talk about Mortal Kombat with passion. I did laugh because I was like, Paul, yes, Paul, Robin Shaw is a good actor. Yep. And I think it's really great that they knew, because what they talk about often is that they knew they needed actors who also could fight, and that they accept and acknowledge. We got really lucky. We got Robin Shaw, who could act and could do the fucking moves. And I'm like, yeah, you did get lucky. Kari Hyoki Tagawa speaking softly is fucking weird, right? He's got such a soft and kind voice. And I was like, oh my god, he really brought part of his personality to that role. I thought was awesome. Yep. Lyndon Ashby. I don't think he knew what he was getting involved in. And you know why? Because he uses the term words. And that's what's so neat about this movie. And I was like, you just use the term neat. The word neat. You don't really know what you're involved. Bridget Wilson. I thought it was weird that they did the interview with her when she's in the outfit at the end. She's only briefing the outfit. And it's like, okay, now Bridget, like, your last scene's a shot. Can we do something for the behind the scenes?
Yeah.
And it was that particular point.
Yeah.
But you know what I didn't expect to see? Talking this. Christopher Lambert.
Yeah.
And I thought it was so cool that they actually acknowledged the humorous aspects, and that he wasn't, because we've always joked, it was like he just didn't want to do it, he wanted to do it this way. But it turns out it was actually a plan. The humorous aspects was a plan to the character. He talks about how they wanted to do it that way. However, I will say, Talisa Soto, talking about her character, Katana, she seems very confused about her character is. And I was like, yeah, that's true. Actually, it's true, because that actually comes across. Katana makes no sense.
Yeah.
She's a hint giver. That's all she is in the film.
Yeah, she's the MacGuffin, as we always call it. So.
But then they tried to get Robin Shaw as well to add, and they clearly were like, we need to add a bit more weight to this character. So here's Robin Shaw to talk about her, and it ain't flying. No. The last section is about the martial arts, an aspect of the movie that has always been strong. I think Mortal Kombat's martial arts does hold up really well, and there's a good reason why. They talk about who they got involved and who was the coordinator and stuff like that. And it was really interesting to see them working with a famous fight coordinator, which is Pat Johnson. And I thought that was really, really cool. Yeah. I enjoyed, weirdly, behind the scenes for a movie that's like, oh my god, next year will be, what is that?
25.
30 years old next year. 30
wow.
years old next year.
I feel as though it's 30 years old next year. It's the first time I've ever seen that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's really, really cool.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's actually pretty light. It's not got much detail at all, but it's still entertaining to watch it, you know?
Yeah.
But as a whole thing, the Mortal Kombat The Journey Begins, it might have been a good watch back when it first came out as a get you excited for the movie. Now, it's pointless.
I think if perhaps maybe if you hadn't seen the movie and you see that first, then it might have been better.
Fair enough. Yeah, I agree with that. But even still, the animation, we have seen stuff from this time period hold up really, really well. The animation sucks. The CGI is some of the worst you'll ever see. And my God, is it talking. Unnecessarily so, because a lot of the time they're just repeating stuff.
Yeah.
That is Mortal Kombat The Journey Begins, the 1995 animated film. You got any thoughts? You know what to do? Let us know in the comments.
From now on, you will face formidable adversaries. Each opponent will have strange powers, incredible strength. Each has the experience from 100 battles. Some, like Shang Tsung, use powerful magic. But each of these opponents can be defeated. Look into your souls and you will find hidden powers. The knowledge and the skill to win Mortal Kombat is within you. Now you must find the will. Prepare yourselves for Mortal Kombat, the movie.
Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to see more content like this, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It is gratefully appreciated. You can find us over at gbhbl.com, our full website where reviews, news and so much more goes up daily. We're also on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, at gbhbl. Just search for gbhbl and you will find us out there. We also have merchandise on sale. You can access the shop via the website.